Yo, what is up, YouTube? I promise not to waste your time. And secondly, I promise not to gatekeep anything. In this video, I'm going to value dump on you as hard as humanly possible. Guys, here's the thing. I run a web design agency that consistently does over $100,000 per month. I don't make a lot of videos on YouTube anymore. I'm quite busy running my agency and running my mentorship. And quite frankly, it's not that I'm discouraged, but when I made a video about a month ago showing one of my students' results where I said he made $100,000 cash collected in only 4 months, half of the comments said that it's fake. Now, I can and I will adopt responsibility for not educating you, because if you don't believe it, it means that I'm not giving you the information to believe it. So maybe you have limiting beliefs, or maybe I'm not good at communicating that. Now, I really want to get back into the YouTube game, and I really want to start helping you guys again and show you what's possible. So instead of making a video on how to implement systems, get clients, scale, delegate, run the company, all of these things that you need to do within the company, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to realistically make $100,000 per month in web design. Because I mean, I can do it and I can show you how I do it, my systems, but the question is, can you do it? And what will it take, right? I am not here to sell a dream to you. That is not what I want to do. In this video, I want to clear up all of the confusion that there might be. So I'm literally showing you everything, my numbers, my sheets, everything that you need, what you can expect, and that's going to be it. You will decide if this is something that you want to do. The question is this: is it even possible? If so, what are the realistic parameters that need to be put in place, and what does it look like? Is anyone able to do it, and how easy is it really? The answer is this. In this video, I will give you all of the perspective, and then you decide for yourself if this is something that you want to do. Why should you listen to me, right? Well, number one, I consistently make over $100,000 per month in my web design agency with proof. I've done it for 5 months in a row with an extremely steady growth. So in the last 12 months, I've collected $1 million, $1.02 million. You can see in the beginning of the year it was around 60, 46, 60 up, bang, 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 bang. And now we're at 120,000. If I go month to date, and I hit save, like this, apply, um, and I hit apply, we can see I'm at, oh, nice. So month to date, I'm at $141,000 for this month. And, a lot of people in some of the videos say, oh, this is a fake Stripe. That's a developer Stripe. Okay, cool, dude. Look at the screen, believe whatever you want to believe. But I'm going to show you something else that doesn't lie. Numbers. Look at this. This is my December expense report. So these are all the expenses, the profits, the losses. These are the subscriptions I have. Feel free to pause. You can literally see what softwares we're using. I spend $17,000 a month on subscriptions and external softwares and outsources, right? These are the sales that I brought in. Well, there's some more expenses. These are the yearly expenses. These are the canceled expenses. These are the sales that I brought in December. You'll see these are the packages that are sold. Obviously, I've removed companies and names, like anywhere that you see a dash, like over here, like the card that was used, where I'm hiding that for obvious reasons. This is the package that was sold. This is how much it was sold for in total. This was the cash collected. This is the MRR that was gained. So you can see this one, I collected all the money up front. So there's no MRR gain on that at all. Now, I guess the question is, if I'm only collecting $62,000, how does the current statement say that I'm making $102,000? That's a really good question, dude. Well, check this out. If we go over to my sheet of kings, which has everything on it, these are all my SOPs, all my documents. This is the master sheet that we use for everything. If you look at it, if you look at my monthly MRR, this is my monthly recurring. I've got services like SEO. I've got services like local service ads, PPC, social media, website, and hosting. And this is literally a recurring service. I make $4,000 a month hosting my websites. I make not that much social media, $2,000 a month. We don't even really sell that. PPC, $4,500, not a lot. What's this? Local service ads, 4,000. SEO, 32,000. These are the clients that are being built right now. Normally the sheet is longer, but I think my COO just removed some of the previous months because otherwise it was going to be too long. So these are the recurring bills that I have. So you can see that on my services MRR, it's about $47,000. On my website MRR, it's about $115,000. Why? Because if we look at the website sheet, these are all the websites that I sold. Once again, I've hidden all the names. These are all the websites that I've sold this year for the price right there at the date right over there. This is the package that I sold with it, including some social media, local service ads, SEO, PPC. That's included for free. When I do it, I include 3 months for free, so that in 3 months' time, easy upsell because they're already subscribed, right? So if they're getting good results, easiest upsell of my life. So we include that for free. So that's part of the package. There's also a quick action incentive. If they take action on the call, then they get that for free. Why wouldn't they? Double the value, half the price, right? And then for me, 3 months later, easiest upsell of my life. So yeah, you can see the waterfall effect because this is all done on payment plan. So you can see, how much money we're collecting. Now, when we look at this, we can see that December payments in website MRR is literally $118,000. So if I do $118,000 in website MRR and I do, whatever it is in recurring MRR, that's like $160,000, right? And so that's how we get to the numbers of, for the month, we should be getting to about $162,000 MRR for this month. So I'm about $20,000 away from the goal. So we're on our finances like crazy. Guys, that's it. The proof is in the pudding. December isn't quite accurate because my team isn't added in here. So I'm going to use October. In October, I only netted 83,000. My team cost 16. And my subscriptions cost 17. So 16 plus 17 plus fees and whatever. Expenses 35, total cash collect 118, net income $83,000. Feel free to say that this is fake. Feel free to say that this is fake, or feel free to say that these are coaching numbers. That's really up to you. And let's get into this. So I promise not to waste your time. I promise not to gatekeep anything. In this video, I'm going to value dump as much as I can. I sincerely want you to win. And I hope that something in you changes. I hope that you can see what's true and you decide to actually take that leap and decide to become that person that is able to make this happen. So we're going to discuss that and see what that really looks like. I have free resources in the Discord and I have a free school community. Click the link below in the description for that. If this video brings you value, my only ask is that you like and subscribe. That is all that I ask. Now, guys, this is it. You have two choices. Choice number one is you can choose not to believe it's possible and never do it yourself, obviously, right? Or number two, you can say, be willing to believe that this is possible, put the work in, and figure out how the F to do it yourself. I mean, when I see comments like those on my previous video of guys saying, oh, I've been in web design for 8 years, it's impossible to do these numbers. When you don't believe that it's possible, how are you ever going to do it? Everything that you see in life, like this table or the bed, someone had to imagine. Someone had to believe it's possible before it was ever made in real life. If you don't believe something's possible, you'll never achieve it. Maybe just go back to learn to code. Secondly, I don't teach people to code. You're never going to build a website. I don't teach my students to build websites. They don't build websites. They delegate it. They delegate the design. They delegate the web dev. And then we even get a project manager to do it. They get into the sales and then later replace themselves in sales. So I teach people how to start web design agencies, not become web designers. There's a big difference. The one sells value and the other one sells their time. So the question is this: is it possible? The truth. Yes, it is possible, but it's not simple and straightforward, and you won't do it by accident. There are a few key variables that I'm going to go over, the principles to my success and the common variables between web agencies that make it and those that don't. Okay, so some perspectives on my business: show the monthly revenue, show the website client sheet. Okay, I've shown you all of that. I've shown you the SOPs. If you want to check me out, this is my company, King Contractor. If you're not in America, you won't be able to load the website. So we build websites for roofing companies. That's what we do. Um, these are the I've written down probably like about 6 key areas, and I'm gonna just run through them. And if I've got enough battery, we should be able to get through this. Guys, this isn't scripted. So genuinely, if you're able to drop a like for this video and help me out, I want to get back into YouTube. I've been slightly discouraged. I don't want to drop any excuses, but if you do find any value in this, I would really greatly appreciate that. And join the Discord. It's a freaking awesome popping community. Like, if you and dude, we have so many good reviews too, golden nuggets. This is for my paid students, but the free Discord has 13,000 people, and there's a lot of just really cool stuff in here. I would highly recommend joining the Discord. So here we go. Number one, to make $100,000 per month with web design, you need to have a product that is really good. Okay, let's talk about that. So number one, do your research. You need to choose an industry and do your research within that industry. Find out if there is a need, because if there is no need, then you're not going to have a product that's good. Now, I can tell you that most niches, you're able to sell websites for high ticket. You just need to justify it. So we're going to talk about that. So I need you to choose a niche that pops. That's the first thing. Some common variables that I find with niches that work well across all my students is, one, if there's a community in it. You don't want to be so blue ocean that there's only 1,000 people in the industry, right? I used to think hair transplants was like the best niche, but there are only like 2,000 hair transplants in America, and it's so hard to get into contact with them. So it's just a really shitty niche, right? You want to find a niche that has a thriving, popping community so that you can get into that community, network, and get to know the people, see what's up, speak to them, speak their language, and figure out how they think and what they need, bring them value, and then figure out how to package that up, delegate it, and scale it, right? So you want to choose a medium to large size industry. I like essential or boring businesses. I love those. Um, so secondly, you need to understand what you are selling. It's not just the website. On the front end, I sell websites. I say, hey, we're a web design agency for roofing companies. Except I don't say that. That's not what I do. When I jump on a sales call, I tell people, even though we do websites, that is not what we do. What I do is I help roofing companies win the trust of homeowners so that homeowners choose them every time. So a guy doing 1 million to 10 million in sales in his roofing company, he goes, wow, that would really help. In his head, he's thinking that would really help. I say a roof isn't a cheap thing. So homeowners are going to do their due diligence. What I do is I get them to choose you every time. How many deals have you lost from people choosing other people? I'm going to make you look the most reputable. I'm going to do the same thing that I do for myself, I'll do for you. I remove the risk of working with you. When my clients work with me, I say if they don't like my websites, I don't want their money, right? And there's so many strategies in this that I really can't get into in this video, how we're able to justify that and have zero chargebacks or refunds. But you need to figure out what it is that you're selling. When you're selling a website, you're selling your time. You're saying, hey, I'll build you a website, you give me $500. I'm not saying that. And I'm not just selling a result either. It goes deeper than that. I'm selling my dedication to help them achieve a certain something. That's really what I'm selling. So once you dial that in and you value stack, then you'll be able to sell for high ticket. Implement the SOPs for predictable results. So guys, this is very high level stuff. Like I said, I'm going to get into it. This is all you need for $100,000 per month plus in web design. Why? Because I've done it. That's how I know. So you have to implement the SOPs. If you want to do it at scale and have your team running, I've got a team of like 15 people, then you want to SOP everything out. My SOPs are brilliant for doing that. My whole team runs smoothly. I literally don't even have to show up to work because I have project managers. And on top of that, I've got executives. I have a COO that runs the entire operation for me. And here's another really important tip. And this is such an underrated tip. Hire top tier designers. Stop it with the lame ass designs. That's how I caught my big break, is because my websites look fucking badass. right? So you want to hire a top tier designer. And guess what? They don't have to be that expensive. I pay like $170 for my designer to do the designs. Then when the client approves it, I give it to the devs and they work for $9 an hour to build the website. It cost me about $2,000 to $3,000 cost of goods sold, and I sell the websites for 18,000. So it's not about how much time it takes, or it's about the value that you bring. Are you able to sell it? Are you able to justify? Even just the fact that I'm a safe bet, right? Because when people work with me, I give them 100% satisfaction guaranteed, right? They don't want to waste their time. These guys are making millions of dollars, right? So that's really it. Don't do it yourself. Why are you going to do it yourself? It makes no sense. Find people that are better than you. Stop selling your time. Buy people's time, right? And then get serious with your data. We track all of our data with agency analytics. We set up Google Analytics, and we set up custom goal conversions on certain click elements, or when leads get submitted through a form, then we register that conversion and we show all these conversions on agency analytics. Then we also connect CallRail so that we can listen to the phone calls, and we zap all of the form leads into a Google Sheet so we can see all the leads and we can hear all the leads. This way we know what we're getting, we know the conversion rates, we know where it's coming from. So this is what it really means to have a good product, a product that's dialed in. Like I said, do the research, choose a good niche, get involved with the community. You want to know who you're dealing with, what they want. That is it. That's number one. Number two, how to sell, how to make sure it sells, and for a really high ticket. Are we good on percentage? 15%, we're good. Number one, understand what you're selling, not just the website. I've already gone over that. Become someone that can sell. This is such an underrated tip. Guys, you need to learn to sell. How do you learn to sell? The same way as learning to ride a bike. You start and then you get experience. So read sales books. Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff, one of the best books I've ever read. I recommend it to all my students. I make all my students read it. Become someone that can sell. You want to learn to sell. That's repetition. Get in the beginning phases of your company, get on as many sales calls as humanly possible. That's what you want to do. Dial in your sales process. So when you're a beginner, you do a 2-call close. Call number one is discovery. You speak about 10%, they speak 90%. You don't give them any solutions. You don't try to justify yourself, nothing. You arm yourself with information. You say, what is your goal? They tell you the goal. You say, what is the problem? They tell you the problem. And then what you do is you say, okay, thank you. Allow me to go home, do my research, and I'm going to come up with a strategy. And if you like the strategy, I'll wrap that up in a proposal and we can get started on the next call. How does that sound? So then on call number two, you know what their goal is and you know what their problem is. Solve the solution of the problem to get to the goal to them. And that's how you're going to make the sale. Plus, you value stack with as many things in your corner as humanly possible to justify the price. I genuinely think that if I started over, I'd be able to sell websites for, in the beginning, 3,000, 5,000, 9,000, and then 15,000. Sometimes I sell websites for students that just come in that have taken all my SOPs, value stack, created the portfolio. I come in, I'll take their sales call for them on the Zoom, sell it as if I'm their company, let them keep all the money, and I'll sell it for like 10 to 15,000. That is on rare occasions that I'll do that for students when I really want to help them and help them catch that big win. They learn a lot, and it's possible. I've done that in multiple niches: pools, real estate, photography. Yeah, so it works. The pro does all of this in the one call. That's when the product is dialed in. That's when you know what you're selling. That's when you understand their pain points. That's when you understand how they speak. That's when you got your mini pitch dialed in. And so, I'd love to go over my sales process. I think that is going to make this video pretty long, but basic overview of my sales process. Here we go. I guess we're doing it. So what I do is this: when I get on a call with the client, the first thing that I really do is I don't pitch them. I say, hey, what's up, dude? And I kind of get that intro in. And then I tell them fundamentally what I do. I say, hey, even though we're a web design agency, that's not what we do. What I do is I help you win the trust of homeowners so that they choose you every time. Here's the thing: you can sell a roof in person because they like, know, and trust you. What I do is I help you do that online. So a lot of people are going online and they're finding you on Google. I make sure that they choose you every time. And right now you're doing $10 million in business. That means that there's a lot of people in the consideration phase of working with you. So regardless of the new people that I'm going to help bring in through SEO, even the people that are in your current ecosystem, because people are definitely saying your name every day when you're doing $2 million in sales, I get those people over the line. So instead of those people falling through the cracks, when you work with me, guaranteed ROI, pretty much right there. Because what I do for you is I build a brand, and a brand goes a long way. A brand allows to scale. You see how I don't sell the website? So what I'm doing now is I'm speaking fundamentally. So I speak to them fundamentally about all of this. I don't get into my SOPs. I don't get into my mechanism. Then they say, Dean, how much does this cost? Then I say, dude, you know what? Let me show you. And so what I'll literally do is I'll say, hey, do you have time to get on a Zoom? I'll show you right now. I get on the Zoom. I show them my sheets. And I say, hey, these are the internal processes. I go in, I say, this is the ultimate roofing website blueprint, right? And this is literally just our SOPs. And so we can, I'll show them this SOP, and now they know, okay, well, this guy, number one, he has the blueprint. The value just went up. The value just went up. Then number two, I'll head over to agency analytics, tracks all the stats of the websites. It shows the leads coming in. There's proof. The value just went up, right? And so I'm stacking all of this stuff in my favor. And then eventually, when I've kind of like run through all of that, I'll say, what do you think? And they'll say, Dean, what is the price? I want to know what the price is. Then you say, okay, I'll show you the proposal so that it's all in black and white. And you should see my proposal from some of my other videos. But the proposal pretty much shows you everything that I explained fundamentally and when I showed the SOPs. So now it double confirms everything I said, because I sell the fact that I use SOPs, and I gave them a sneak peek. So now they know that it's true. So I've proved that it's true. I value stack, and then I use a few smart methods at the end of the call to make sure that I collect that money on the call, which is super important. Now, that's how I do it. At the end of the proposal, I stack and pitch, use that quick action incentive that I was telling you about. And that's it. Boom, baby. Put it on payment plan, risk-free. That's how I stack my MRR. That's how I'm up to this point. So guys, you decide if this stuff is legit or not. Yeah, you want to value stack as much as you can, your USP. For me, it's the ultimate roofing blueprint. Your portfolio, your results, your sales skills, that's influence, right? Your charisma, that's like and no factor. What is your charisma like? What is your eye contact like? Are you serious? Do you care about them, right? I can tell you, I genuinely care about my clients the same way I genuinely care about my students. I decide to care, and they can feel that. So yes. Sales techniques, value nuggets, discuss the results and what you do fundamentally, teasing the mechanism, and then transition into the proposal once asked for the price. That's what I just told you. Quick action incentive, recurring revenue model. I've kind of just gone through all of that. Cool. So that's number two. That's how to sell for high ticket. So now you need a good product, and now you know, so that you have a good product and you sell for high ticket. Now, number three is build a team and streamline the process. That's obvious. This is my team structure. I'm the CEO. I've got a COO. They do the operations. I've got a project manager. They manage the team and all the client communication. I've got the designer that does the design, the devs that do the development, and the SEO specialist that does the SEO once the website's done. Where to hire the project manager, I find them on LinkedIn, designers on Fiverr and Discord, devs, Facebook groups and Discord, SEO, Discord, and Facebook groups. The Discord is my Discord, a freaking popping community. Find the link in the description below. How to hire using the hiring funnel and dream team method. The hiring funnel is simple. You just create a landing page that says, this is who we're looking for. It's got two buttons. One is a jot form that they complete, and two takes you to Willow, which is just a one-way video interview software where they submit two answers to you. So you only add two questions on the video interview software. Otherwise it gets really long. And so this way you'll be able to see who they are, how they speak, and if they're part of your team. Dream team is just a test that I run all my staff through to know if they're a dream team. You have family teams, then you have dream teams. My team is not family team, I have dream team. Dream team is, if I know what I know now, would I hire them again? If it's no, they go. If it's yes, they stay. They're dream team. Number two, if I know what I know now and they try to leave, would I fight for them to stay? If it's no, then we fire them. If it's yes, they're dream team. That's how you know. Cool. So number four, implement processes for production and scale. Guys, I don't want my battery to die on you. That would be very sad. I've literally restarted this video like 7 times. I do them in one take. Like and subscribe. Implement processes for production and scale. Acquisition. So cold DM, network, community, and content. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to tell you how to do 100K a month. This is how, this is what I've done. So these are the processes that I've implemented for production scale. Number one was the acquisition. So we do cold DMs. I have a guy that does DMs for me, plus network, plus community, plus content. So these are the three things that we do for acquisition: is cold DMs from either my profile or a partner's profile. We'll be super involved in the network and the community, figure out where they're hanging out, get involved, go to events, shake hands, get on Zooms, send them messages, connect, find collaboration efforts, bring them value. And number three is content, create content, post it online consistently within those communities. Like I said, one of the common things, a common variable is community. So this is where it really comes handy. That's part of the acquisition process. Number two, sales. Dial in your offer, messaging, work on your proposal and value stack. I've already explained all of that. That value stack is everything that you need to justify the price. I'm able to justify my price because I have the results, I have the risk reversal, I've got the mechanisms, and I'm good at sales. So boom, that's my value stack. Production, have your team deployed, right? They can be deployed from the start of the company because of how you pay them. So don't think you have to do everything yourself. What you can do yourself in the beginning is the project management and the sales. You sell the website, then you do the project management. You write the content, you can use ChatGPT. So onboarding form, you send it, they give you all the information. You take that, ChatGPT will help you write the content. Make sure it doesn't look like AI garbage. And then you give that plus your SOP on how to do the design brief. I've got another video on that, to the designer. They'll design a beautiful design. You show the client, they approve, you give to the devs, they turn it into a real website, you launch it, and you have someone do the SEO. In the beginning, you can get someone on Fiverr to do it. So that's the systems. It's acquisition, sales, and production that I have implemented into my business. Number five, acquisition methods to ramp up sales after proof of concept. Now that you're making some sales, you've got your production dialed in, you've got your SOPs. Now, how did I get to 100,000? How did I realistically do that? How am I selling so many? So partnerships are a good thing. After $100,000 per month, you want to really establish partnerships. What I'm doing is I'm finding people that are influential in the space. I'm saying, hey, I want you to become a sales guy. I'll give you 10%, 15% of every deal that you bring in. All that I need is for appointments in my calendar. I'll even give you $100 per appointment or $50 per appointment. That is working really well. Double down on your personal brand, content, become good at sales, right? You decide. Or it says you decide. So this is if you want to decide. I haven't done this. Run ads or do email. There's a lot of acquisition methods, but for me, this is what's worked. So I'm going to teach you. I'm not going to teach you something I don't do. So I'll tell you that I think that this would work. If I ran ads, I'm pretty sure it would work really well. Number six, and this is the last one, delegate yourself out completely from the beginning. That's what you want to do. Once you delegate yourself, you're free. Then you focus on the business development, or you make YouTube videos like this to help more people. If this brought you value, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot. Find useful links in the video below. Follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description. Thank you guys very much.